Yeah.
It comes off, so it wasn't in this screen. Yeah, because then you can, maybe one of those. One.
There's not clear as the red light. So I gave the river if you had to shoot on it. That's it's kind
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the way it says, there's a vendor name for information.
Sure. He's muted on YouTube. Put it on the browser and.
On the Cumberland Town Council of Work, stand please to pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, Madam Treasurer, call the roll, please.
Council President Rector Heidi.
Here.
Council Vice President Mike Wolfke.
Here.
Council Member Joe Seeker. Council Member Ed Loud.
Here.
Council Member Anna Pete. Here.
All right, consent agenda. Might have any questions on the claims register or the minutes from the various boards you want to talk about? It is Christie did the ADA report in the Title VI report. There was nothing to the road report on that. I've been trying. Thanks, Ms. Christie. Any questions? No, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I got a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, citizen comments. That's okay. Staff reports, chief.
I don't know if you've been active on social media lately, but Matt Hadley has approached us with doing a fundraiser. If you wanted to do something different, which we kind of changed it up, and we are doing a burger eating contest and having an officer from each shift participate in that. We're doing a fundraiser for it's actually a Warren Township bus driver who has about 30-40 students that she cares deeply for, that wanted to help them out because the Christmas, not only with food because it's a SNAP program, but also with kids. So she was going to do this on her own, that reached out and said, hey, giving some help. So Matt is always heavily involved in trying to do something and keep up with him doing a fundraiser, and reached out to us and with Greg Masters at Culver. So we're putting this all together. This all came about like less than 2 weeks ago. So we're trying to put this together really quickly. We're going to do the event December 6th, the morning of by Oxnard. So it's all going to kind of blow all together. So more information on that.
Are we gonna do it at site at by Knoxmart?
We are doing it at Culver.
At Culver, okay.
So there will be boxes here on site and various places throughout town for toys and for canned foods as well. Collection boxes, so.
All right, thank you very much. How's crime in the streets of Cumberland?
We have seen definitely, we're steady right now. We're just seeing some fraud and some, obviously, some thefts. The usual,
The usual, okay.
the usual.
Mr. Lips?
We're kind of continuing our push on Knoll Ridge Apartments, and we went out there, Christine, myself and Aaron and multiple police officers, and walked every single building, photographed, and we took, how many was the total photo count between our three groups? It's, I think close to 600 photos, and Christine organized those and reported those to the MAC and to the health department. So those reports are in, and then Ed and myself and some officers and city council, Michael Paul Hart, set up at the apartments this past Saturday, and he had his smart Indy team with him, and he had put together information on how to report stuff, to educate the residents on how to report stuff to health department, MAC, some of the same things, housing authority with QR codes to make it where if you got this issue, report it here. So he's also trying to help with just pushing as much of that as possible. We've had some of the press coverage out there and things as well, which help us with, other agencies as they get more involved to just keep it hot and put some pressure on those out of state, owners, so. Continue to move forward.
All right, anything else?
That's it, unless you want to get into any other topics.
Oh, that's okay. All right. We need a motion to suspend the rules, please, to do the public hearing in regards to ordinance 2025-19 on additional appropriation.
So moved.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it 4-0. All right, I'll go ahead and open the public meeting for the orders for the additional appropriations. Let's speak one. All right, we'll close the meeting. All right, old business, consideration of ordinance 2025-19 additional appropriations.
We have an additional appropriation, the total's around $900,000, for various things. Health insurance, is been higher than expected. I think Ben mentioned that, last time. About $100,000 were for expenses that have been reimbursed by insurance, some of them this year, some of them last year. That was mostly for the, various light poles throughout the town, as well as the shelter across the street. 150,000 for software for the police and for the BSNA cloud upgrades. Park construction was for the, not for the construction, it's planning, that was the park bond issue that, that we did last year, so we just had some expenses in that account this year. They were all appropriated last year, but, you know, the expenses didn't hit until this year. There's 125,000 for road improvements and sidewalks, about 130,000 for, planning consultants. Most of that is for, employees that were not hired until later in the year, or one still, the planning assistant is still, hasn't been filled yet. And then there was about 200,000 in other miscellaneous, legal, some of the IT work that we've been doing, work comp insurance was more than we had budgeted. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Do I have any questions for Erica regarding 2025-19 additional appropriation? I know we had all that in our packets last week, so.
Okay.
Good, okay, good.
With that, we need
Entertain a motion, this was an action item.
I make a motion to approve 2025-19 as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second, any additional conversation or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? 4-0, ayes have it. Ms. Owens, new business, introduction to ordinance 2025-20, vending permit fees. And I'm assuming it was the top two that were in red with the main ones, is that correct?
You're correct. So this ordinance is for introduction only this evening. This is amending our fee schedule, in particular for permit fees. Council President was correct. The first two items under it's single family residential building permits only where we're making a change. Currently, we have a building permit fee of $200 plus 5 cents per square foot. With the changes coming down the pipe here in January with the House bill, we're allowed to charge a $100 administrative fee and then design review fees. If we do the review, we can charge, but if they use a third party, we cannot charge them for those fees. And so we've split that up to kind of reflect how that's laying out. So this just changes that building permit fee to now being a permit fee for $100, which is our admin fees, and then the design review fee, which will be the $100 plus 5 cents per square foot. So it won't change the price from what it is now. It just divides it up differently so that we don't end up in a position where we're refunding those assigned review fees, should they choose to use their.
Yeah.
Course of training.
Anybody have,
I'm sorry, yeah, it's introduction only this evening. But yeah, if you have any questions, have.
anybody have any questions for Ms. Owens?
Right.
Yeah. That's what I read. No, I mean, Ms. Owens, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Any other new business, Stuart?
That's all.
Not tonight. Councilor comments? Okay, did we have to do anything with the snow last week or so, or was it pretty much warm enough that?
And they came out and they did some treating and a little bit of plowing in certain areas.
Okay.
It wasn't bad everywhere, but with the stuff overnight, they had to be out just for emergency response on those items either way. So
Gotcha.
and that's kind of the flip side of things, even when it's middle of the night, I mean, it's gonna melt in the morning, we still have to make sure, obviously, EMS and everything get it right.
Absolutely. Okay, appreciate it. Future agenda items.
The main thing for your next meeting, you'll have a few resolutions, and then you're gonna have Christine's ordinance coming back, so there'll be. Resolution, Chief had mentioned the competition with the 4 different shifts, she'd like to give whatever shift, is they gonna be the sergeants on that, or the shift? Just a person from shift they elected, I don't know. A person from each shift, but that shift would be winning, basically an extra shift, so draft a resolution for the council to approve. Them getting that kind of free shift off.
Yeah, I believe 8 hours is what she discussed with me, right? Okay.
So then we would, have end of year bonus resolution, Erica's got a transfer resolution that she's bringing for the transfers, so. Those are the 3 resolutions that you'd be looking at for next meeting. The permit fee ordinance.
We'll also have a public hearing for the unsafe building, we've noticed that now. And then we may have some, building code amendments that need to happen by end of the year to comply with the hospitality.
Have we heard anything on that?
I'm not safe building now.
No, we're publishing in the newspaper.
We haven't done that yet, no. Okay.
I think the first one was today and then.
Okay. Just curious, just kind of. All right. We have a quick work session to go to, right?
I don't think there's a need for a work session unless there's a topic you guys want to work on. I think you guys could adjourn and then reset for the executive session, so.
Executive, okay, for the evaluation.
Good.
Okay. Anybody have anything else before we adjourn this evening? I'll take a motion.
So move.
Second.
Thanks, Paul.
That was.
You know, we like down to the sheet.
I know, I didn't know